Hey, hotties. Welcome. It's been a minute. Been in the process of moving more than once. Might write about this journey in a book one day. We'll see how it goes. Might talk a little bit about it on here. We'll see how it goes. So today, let's talk about surrender. I love when I sit down, the topic just changes because I'm in the moment. Let's talk about flow versus force. And this is something that came to me some time ago. And I've mentioned on here this conversation I had with someone. Briefly, we were talking about how we have a choice, or they brought up and mentioned how we have a choice, right? And the thing is, I think they were mentioning how it doesn't always go, or maybe I mentioned that because what I said was the flow isn't always what you chose. You start to see how things are not going the way that you wanted to, and that isn't the flow. And really, the flow is a lot more effortless. It maybe isn't the easiest at times, but your gut will always tell you what direction is the right way to go. The thing is, when you continue to force things that maybe you think are right for you, that's really when things don't go your way. Because I think really your way, what you really want, is the flow. It just may not look like that in the moment. But in the end, in the bigger picture, this is crazy. So it's like, if you are always in flow, if you are always surrendering to the moment and saying, what feels aligned in this moment? What feels good in this moment? Or what doesn't, but what do I know that is true? So if you are aligned with what's true, and that isn't always what you choose in the moment, then who's choosing? Whether something else is running the show or it has already been written, maybe it's not fully up to you. Maybe it's not up to you at all. The flow is always in your highest favor. This journey, this experience is meant to be so blissful. You can access those states, is what I mean by that, because I believe we're here to feel. I named a whole podcast after it. But life doesn't have to be miserable. And a lot of people are living that way because they aren't choosing their truth, because they are not choosing what lights them up, because they simply weren't encouraged to choose that, because they think that they didn't have a choice. And a large part of that, I think, is due to this conditioning and this programming and us not seeing another way, not seeing that there's another option. But really, you've heard me say before, everyone has something unique to give to the world. And your gifts are your medicine. They are meant for you, but they are also a gift to others. And your gifts are meant to give you everything. What brings you joy will take care of you. Your gifts were meant to take care of you. I truly feel that. Let me give you an example, a concrete example of that. So funny to me. Imagine Beethoven, right? Let's just think about Beethoven, the artist. Imagine if he tried to be a mechanic. Einstein. What if Einstein tried to be a gardener? I don't know. he would have never pursued his greatness. He would have never followed that call in his heart, simply followed his curiosity, follow what brought him joy. He would have never done what he did. He would have never made it the impact that he did in this world. He would have never given. He would have never done his part, the part that was truly aligned with him and the part that clearly impacted us in a great way. And this joy, this truth looks different for everyone. And what I mean by truth is your truth, your blueprint. What lights you up looks different. It's supposed to. That's what makes this journey so joyful and beautiful, because if everyone were the same, life would be kind of dull. And it's so simple. That doesn't mean it's always easy. It doesn't mean every part of it's going to be easy, but when you break it down, when you sit with it, it's like, choose what you like. And that could look different in every chapter as well. And the thing is, you don't have to choose one thing. We're multifaceted beings. It's not realistic to think. And that was also something that we've been taught to believe. What is your one thing? What's that one thing you're going to pursue in life? And the thing is, this could work for some people. I don't disagree with that. I truly don't. Maybe that is the case for most people, or a large percentage, but maybe it isn't. I think that there might be maybe one, two, a number of things that are just really core, really that you choose to let consume you in this life. But there are other things as well. And I would say for most people that is the case, whether it's one thing or a small number of things. And if you don't give time to your gifts, if you don't give time to what brings you joy, you're going to feel it. That's going to bleed onto everything around you as well. That's going to show up on you physically, mentally, in every way. You are going to then release that. You are then going to affect the environment around you, the people around you, maybe situations, whatever. And it is so felt. It is so felt when someone isn't aligned. Empaths, you know what's good. And most people aren't. Most people aren't. You can't really blame a lot of people. Truth is, you can do what you love. Truth is, you can make a living from that. Truth is, you were told a lie. Truth is, you were told many lies. Everyone's path is so unique. And when you monetize your craft, the thing is, you don't have to see it as this daunting journey. Because I think, and even myself, I see both sides. That can be a little challenging. What else would you do? Like, what else would you rather do? What would you rather do the alternative? And I think if you go about it a certain way, you can make it work. You can make it work. I have pursued my art for a living, and I've been smart about it. I have multiple streams of income so that I'm not relying on one, because you just got to roll that way when you're self-employed. But the only thing that got me here, the biggest, 80% of what got me here is the belief, was the choice. That's it. That's what got me here, and that's what will continue to carry me and take me the places that I want to be. And I think that I'm meant to be. Yeah, it takes action. Yeah, it takes building skill. But that's so little compared to And maybe, you don't have to see it as little, but what actually makes it happen is that choice of choosing the path, choosing what lights you up, choosing your truth, choosing the gift that was sown in your soul. And you will see everything fall into place after that. It's not going to be an easy journey. It can be. You don't have to see it as hard, but let's be real. There's going to be challenging times, but that's part of life. That's part of the journey. There's beauty in that. Beauty is born in the chaos. Blessings come from that. There's so much that life teaches you. There's so many lessons that are learned in the chaos. So much character that's built. The best songs come from that. Some of the best songs come from that. Some of my best songs have come from times where I knew music was an outlet for a challenging time. Some of my best songs have come from me just being blissful for no reason, but for every reason. The truth is, you have a choice. The truth is, you can make a way. You will find a way, or you will find an excuse. You will find an excuse to continue to keep doing the things that don't light you up. It's so easy to do that in this world because it's not the easiest, the path of the heart. But what's the alternative? What's the alternative? Is it worth it? Is this life really worth not doing what brings you the highest joy? Surrender to the flow. Surrender to what calls you every day, every morning, every hour. If you aren't already doing this, simply doing what you want. It's going to take time to get there. Because maybe you have responsibilities that you've signed up for, that you've chosen. And making certain changes can and can't happen overnight, I think it's so important to understand that there's so much that you get. There's so much within that is built in challenging times that you don't get when things are easygoing. You simply don't get there. When things are smooth sailing, you don't always learn things that can make you really strong in times where there's no challenge. That's why all of it is so beautiful. It's so perfectly written. This whole experience. That's it for now, hotties. Thank you for being here. Choose you in your path. Your love will take care of you. One step at a time.